Morning, friends. Welcome to Python Digital Mastery. I'm very much thankful to you, friends, for supporting my videos and liking my videos. Definitely, I'm going to come up with very interesting and very useful content related to Python in coming future. Thank you, friends. Thank you once again for subscribing my channel as well. Okay. Thank you once again. Welcome to Python Digital Mastery. So today I am going to discuss about a new topic, friends, like how to use a for loop. My intention is like how this for loop is being used. What are all the data types are supporting this for loop? I'm going to explain today. Okay. So I'm describing how the for loop works, how the syntactically looks, and at the same time, I'm going to use for loop for each and every data type, and I'm going to show you how it is working for each and every data type. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah. Let me share my screen before that. Yeah. So this is the topic for us today, which data type supports for loop. Okay. So let's move on. But somebody who knows for loop, they directly they can say like which data type is supports the for loop. But I'm going to show you practically today, friends. Okay. So let's move on to the syntactically. First, I'm going to explain the syntax. Once we complete the syntax, and we are going to utilize this for loop with each and every data type. So, and I'm also going to show you the data type as well, friends. Like, so we have a string data type, integer, float, boolean, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So I mentioned like what are all the data types are like being represented as a S. Those data types are supported by the for loop. Whichever is not supported like integer, float, and boolean, that cannot be possible. I'm going to show you practically now how it is basically works. Okay. So before that, as I said, like we need to know the syntax first, then only we can use that syntax with respect to the each and every data type. So for loop is a for keyword, friends. Okay. And item is the one basically, this is the variable which gets the data from the sequence where we are calling as a sequence, friends, here. Okay. So it is going to read the data from the sequence by using a in keyword, which is called as a membership operator. So this is the variable and this is the membership operator and this is the input data, friends. So this input data, okay, this input data will write information to what, friends, this variable, and based on this variable data, we are going to perform the operations. So this sequence, what is this sequence? So this sequence is actually a data type. This sequence is a data type. So now I'm going to show you like what are all the data types. See, we have a lot of data types from list, tuple, dictionary, sets, integer, followed by the string. So we should see each and every data type. I'm going to keep it over here as a data type and I'm going to see whether it is going to work or not. But by common sense, we can say sequence. Sequence itself, friends, which is containing more than like a one data, or I mean to say more than one like a variable, I mean to say like a data where we have a more than one character or more than one digit. So it is something like a set of sequence. So sequence itself says like list, tuple, dictionary, set, all are sequences, even including string. But other than that, integer and float, or integer, float, and as well as we have a one more is a boolean, which doesn't falls under the sequence, but we'll see why it is not supporting. We'll see that part as well. And these four spaces we are going to call as an indentation, friends. So this is nothing but a four spaces or single tab, which gives a indentation. So this is something like a syntax. The upper part is a for loop, which takes item in membership operator followed by this. This is the input, friends. We'll call it as an input or a data type, and which reads the data each and every element from the sequence and assign to the variable. This is the loop variable by using a membership operator called as a in operator, which is this is nothing but a membership operator, friends. We'll call it as a membership operator. Okay, so and each and every item will be processed with the statement one and statement two. Okay, so this is the thing which we are going to work on with respect to each and every data type. So first I'm taking up a string, friends. String data type I'm taking as an example. String data type is something which is represented in the single or double quote or triple quote, which is nothing but a course name, friends. So as I said, like first was what, friends? First was a for loop. As per the syntax, first was the for loop. Second, I have taken the item. Okay, just I'm giving the item. Okay, item in, just I am mentioning the sequence, friends. That sequence is nothing but here course name, which is something like a string data type. Now what I'm trying to do, just I'm doing a print statement here. Automatically the four spaces will going to come, friends. After like a colon, if I press an enter, automatically it is taking up the four spaces. That is nothing but an indentation. Okay, we are going to learn in detail in PEP 8 standards, Python Enhancement Proposal 8 standards. One among them is the indentation, okay, which is related to the syntactical rule, okay. So now, as I said, like for the key, the variable, this is nothing but a loop variable. This is nothing but a membership operator. This is nothing but my iterator, which is nothing but a string, friends. So now I am going to print that item. Simply, I'm going to print that item and I'm see whether we am able to read that item. See, friends, it is something like a Python digital mastery basics. So first it has iterated with the first element as a P. That's why we got it as an output as P. Second element, it is treated as a, this is something like an indexing, friends. Indexing of a string, each and every element. It is reading line like index by index, and I'm printing the elements which are present inside the, like a, inside the course name. Okay. So that means I can say like it is supporting and it is processing the string data and it's printing the each and every element in the string, okay, by using indexing, and obviously it is going to read element by element. So that says, friends, that's why I'm saying it's supporting to the, like it is supporting to the string, okay. Let's move on. We'll try to see integer, float, and followed by the boolean together. Okay, just I'm trying to see now. I'm trying to run. Okay, let me comment this. Okay, now I'm trying to check it out with the for item in. Just I'm trying to check it for item in. I'm trying to read the course ID. Okay, just I'm trying to read the course ID and I'm trying to print the same item. We'll see what will happen. Okay, we'll see what will happen. I'm trying to run this program. See, friends, it is saying something like a type error. Whenever you're trying to iterate over with respect to the integer, it is not going to iterate, friends, because it is going to say type error, because something, it is not a indexing, because course ID is something which is not supported by the indexing. Indexing concepts are not supported for the integer, boolean, and as well as the float. Let's try to take it like a, let's course ID I've taken, let's say decimal value. Okay, I'm taking a decimal value also. I'm trying to run. Still the float value is also, it is saying something object is not iterable. As I said, like a integer, float, and boolean, these are all the data types cannot be iterable, friends. We cannot do the indexing on that part. So that's why it is saying something like type error. We are not able to read by using a for loop. That means it is not supporting the integer. It is not supporting the float. Let's take up the one more example is, let's say I'm taking as a is enrolled. Just I'm taking as a one more like a just I'm taking as a is enrolled as a one of the like a variable. Just I'm taking is enrolled is I'm taking as a true. Let's take it. Somebody has enrolled to the Python Digital Mastery. I'm trying to read this variable as is enrolled and I'm trying to run this program. See, friends, Boolean also is object is not iterable. Boolean object is not iterable. It means Boolean doesn't support the indexing and it doesn't have a like a multiple. See, if somebody says it is a multiple strings, like still it is a multiple strings, but Boolean doesn't support the indexing. We cannot segregate each and every character of the string in the like a is enrolled Boolean data type, which is a true. So that's why, as I said, like it is also not supporting, for loop is not going to support for the indexing. As it doesn't support the indexing, it is not going to support the loops. Okay, so finally we could say like string was supporting, list and float was not supporting, and Boolean is not supporting. We'll try to see other all four data types and we'll see whether it is going to work or not. Okay, first we'll go with the list. Okay, just I'm trying to get the list. So I'm trying to read the list, friends. Okay, just I'm trying to read the list now. Okay, let me get that. So I'm trying to read the list, which is nothing but my course list. Okay, just I'm trying to get my course list. So this is the course list. I'm trying to read the course list and I'm trying to run this program. See, friends, I can read the course list element by element. First element was PDMB. That's why it extracted the first element and it assigned to the loop variable by using a membership operator. And finally, it printed that first variable. Then second variable PDMA, it assigned to the membership. It by using a membership operator, it assigned to the loop variable and it is printing the data PDMA. And I followed by the last element. So I can simply say like I can like read the data by using a for loop for the course list. So that means a loop, for loop will support the list data type. Okay, so that's why I'm saying something like here is it supports the list data type with respect to the like a data type comparison with respect to the loops. Okay, then we'll go for the tuple, friends. We'll see how it is going to work for the tuple. So I'm trying to get it done with respect to the tuple. So same thing I'm trying to use it, friends. Okay, instead of like a course list, I'm going to use a institute tuple. Okay. I'm trying to get the institute tuple and I'm trying to read that one. Okay. So what is my, say, I already described this each and every data type. I'm taking an institute tuple, which represented as a curved bracket. List is represented as a like a square, like a square brackets. Okay. Let's try to run this program and see whether it is going to support or not. See friends, with respect to the like a tuple also I have a two elements. That's why I could print only two elements. It read each and every element and assigned to the loop variable by using a membership operator. Suppose if you mention like this, friends, not in, and I'm trying to run this program. See, friends, it is not going to work. Always for loop always supports the membership operator, not inverse membership operator, not inverse. It is going to support only membership. It is not support the inverse membership operator. So that's why I have to see, I am able to get the same output what I am trying to get it. Okay. With respect to the for loop by using a tuple. So that means for loop supports the even tuple as well. Okay. For loop supports the even tuple as well. Okay. So now I'm going to see like with respect to the set and dictionary, and we'll see how it is going to support. Okay. So now I'm going to read it into with respect to the, let's try to take up an example is a batch set. Okay. I'm trying to read the batch set and I'm trying to run this program, friends. Okay. See, friends. So still, though batch set is not support the indexing, friends. Okay. Batch set means in set is not going to support the indexing. It is not going to support the indexing, but it is going to support the for loop because it is an iterator, friends. It is an iterator. Iterator means a data type which is having a multiple elements together, bind together, which is nothing but a pack together. We call it as a packing as well. Okay, next coming videos, I'm going to come up with the pack and unpack, which data type supports packing and unpacking as well. Okay, today we are going to discuss about only for loop, friends. See, friends, sets also going to support the like a sets also going to support a loop. Okay, that means for loop is going to support for the batch set. That means for loop is also going to support the data type called as a set. Okay, it is reading each and every element and assigned to the like item, which is nothing but loop variable, and trying to run this program. So now very important part is, friends, how it is going to support the dictionary. Okay, we'll see, friends. This is something like a course dictionary. So finally I could say we'll try to get into the this one. Okay, finally I could say even set also supported. Okay, even set also supported with respect to the like a for loop. Now final item I am going to discuss about is a dictionary, friends. Dictionary is nothing but what, friends? It's a key value pair. Okay, already I have discussed. If I want to know in detail about my course details, which course dictionary will describe that, friends. Course key followed by the value. So each and every key which represents the value as well. So now I'm trying to read this by using a for loop, whether it is going to read or not. We'll see. So I'm going to say like for item in. Okay, for item in. So just I'm going to describe a course dictionary, friends. Okay, just I'm going to read my the input variable as a dictionary, and I'm going to run this program, friends. Okay. So now I'm trying same syntax I'm using, friends. Nothing got this. See, friends, I'm getting only keys. See, I supposed to get both the things. I supposed to get both the things because whenever I'm trying to read the tuple list or a tuple list or a string, I'm getting all the values which are described for that respective data type. But if you come to the dictionary, friends, I have described the dictionary, but I'm getting by default only keys. Okay, by default, I'm getting only keys, friends. See, C1, C2, and C3, which supports by default keys. If I use something called as a method, friends, this is an object. Course dictionary is an object. Object dot method is nothing but keys. If I try to run this also, I'm going to get same. So by default, it is going to take up as a keys, friends. Dictionary by default, it is going to take up a keys, but I want everything. I want, if suppose I want to get a values only, then I have to mention a values method, friends. It is going to give the only values. That is nothing but these are all the values, which is nothing but my course names. But I want each and everything. I want each and everything as an item. Then, friends, I have to use a method called as an item. So when I'm trying to run this program, see, friends, I'm getting in the form of a for loop only. I'm getting in the form of a for loop, but each and every item is coming in the form of a key value pair as a multiple tuple. So that means whenever you are trying to read only course dictionary, it was trying to fetch the data in the for loop only keys, friends. When I was trying to read values, I'm able to get the values as a multiple iterable values, and it is going to get only values. But when I'm trying to use an items as a method, it is able to get a combination of key value pair as a form of a tuple. So this is a key and this is a value. It is getting in the form of a tuple. That means for loop going to support dictionary values, For loop going to support dictionary keys because indirectly they are the iterables, and also finally it is going to support entire like a key value pair that is nothing but an items of a dictionary, friends. Finally, I could conclude that okay, by using a for loop we can work on what are all the data types we can work on. Only, friends, we can work on by using a for loop we can work on, that means for loop can be applied on string, for loop can be applied on the list, for loop can be applied on the tuple and set and dictionary, but for loop cannot be performed or applied or used on integer on boolean, friends. Okay, in this way we could say like for loop is going to support the various data types except integer, float, and the boolean, friends. And thank you, friends, sharing your support and valuable feedback you are giving, friends, to each and every video of my content. Thank you, friends. Thank you once again. And very much, I'm going to come up with very much useful content of Python, friends. Okay, somebody who haven't who haven't subscribed to my channel, try to subscribe the channel. Click to the below link and subscribe to my channel because I am going to come very practical oriented, problem oriented agenda. I'm going to come with that, and I'm going to come up with each and every video with a practical orientation, friends. And thank you. If you subscribe to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, friends, because whenever I do new videos, that you are going to get alerts, friends. Okay, you are going to get alerts. So don't forget to subscribe my channel. At the same time, try to like this video, friends, so that it is going to like once you share to more people, these videos will be available for like large number of people, friends. So my intention is everybody should write a code in Python with a practical orientation, friends. Thank you, friends. Thanks for sharing your feedback. Thank you. I will come up with the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.